By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. This is all about clout. I respect you as a reactor.
Hey guys, how are you? How's it going? Oh man. Happy Thursday. What's good, everybody? Sweet Tea, I see you are saying hello to everyone. Thank you so much for doing that for me, because yeah, Sweet Tea's coming through with the hellos. Yes, Melissa Raftis, I see you. Yesterday there was like Melissa Raftis could not be seen. I didn't know what was going on. Lavish Landa, hello. Movie in Silence, hello. Hi, babe. I see you. Thank you. Miss Mabes, hello. Hi, Trinice. Hi, Jay Johnson, Alyssa. Meow, Lisa, hello. Alyssa, hello. Black Dolly, #1, girl. Miss OKC, how are you? Megan Claire. Oh my God, why did I do that? What? Who am I fooling? Cat in the Hat. Hey, how are you? Cat in the Hat. I am so glad that we finally, I put 2 and 2, 3 + 1. Do you guys remember Jasmine trying to add yesterday? Was that not hilarious? I have 1 sister, 1 brother, 1 half brother. And the question was, how many siblings do you have? I have 1 sister, 1 brother, 1 half brother, 4. Now we know I'm thinking maybe she was trying to say there's 4 of us, or there's 4 kids altogether. I don't know what she meant by that. But the question was, how many siblings? How many of you, is it your pet peeve that when you ask someone a question, they don't answer it? They answer what they want to answer, or they are unable to translate what they think they heard. Ooh. Okay. I guess I'll be looking for those answers as soon as I put my glasses on, okay? Guys, I'm going to have to try something maybe later. I'm going to see. Guys, I've already got almost my dinner ready. I just have to saute some vegetables. I started making a pot roast last night, and I let it cook overnight. Now I'm kind of slow warming it up, and I'm going to make the gravy for it. And it's got potatoes in it, and I'm going to just saute some broccoli, some baby broccoli. And maybe I'll be able, because I want to try my camera. I want to try to live stream. I've used my webcam before, but I want to try this thing that I got, where I can do something else. Girl, I tripped out when I got that message. Oh, someone just sent me a text. Okay. I just got your message, Olivia Pope. Yes. Okay. So guys, so Sweet Tea, Miss OKC, Cat in the Hat, Love Noel, hello, Melissa Raftis. Yes. I'm glad to see you back. Destiny 44, Dana Sandiford, Lavish Landa, hey 2 times. Anisha, I hope I didn't forget it. Cinny, is it Cinny? Cinny came through yesterday, new member. Thank you so much. Pineapples, hey girl, how are you? Queen J, Arlene Booker, I am on StreamYard for you, my dear. LaQuinta, prayers for you and your family. LaQuinta, what happened? Lavish Landa, membership link. Lavish Landa, go to the description box. Go to the description box. It's right there, okay? Or if someone could drop the link. If you give me a minute, I'll drop the link. Delightful Scorpio, how are you? Once Upon a Twin Mom Life. Trinice. Steph M, how are you? Megan Claire. Latoy, happy birthday, everyone. Can you wish Latoy a happy birthday? I got on Instagram, and Latoy is such a sweetheart. I don't know if she told anyone yesterday it was her birthday. I don't recall. And I think yesterday when I went live, I wasn't really paying attention to comments. But Latoy, happy birthday, dear. And many, many more. You are such a contributor here to the Bougie Gang, and we appreciate you so much. And I hope that you had an awesome birthday. Let's see. LaQuinta, why did I think I saw LaQuinta's name? I'm not sure, but LaQuinta, oh, hey, Fran and chat, please pray for me and my family. It's been tough, and today just heartbreaking. But I needed a little distraction, so I am here. I will be in the bushes. Girl, we getting ready to distract you and maybe even help you laugh a little bit. So prayers go up, blessings come down, stay hopeful, stay encouraged. And that's the main thing, because at the end of the day, God never promised us that life would be easy. And honestly, if you're doing something right, stuff is going to be coming at you left and right. Sometimes you got to sit and wonder, when things are always in your mind seem to be going right and there's no challenges, you want God, you need to be noticed sometimes, because how do we elevate? Sometimes things look not so great, but everything always turns out for the good. So wishing you and your family the best, but stay encouraged, because even through adversity, things will always work out for the best for you and those that you love. So don't worry. That's the last thing you want to do. And thank you for asking us. It is always a privilege and an honor to be asked for blessings. So now that we've got all the good stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and move right on into the foolishness and I was going to say effery that is the YouTube streets. I don't want to curse too quick, because I don't want my my broadcast flagged for potty mouth too early. Let's see. Yes, birthday wishes. Yes. Guys, so much has been going on, and there's a lot of crap out here. We did not do members and mods, and I got you guys this week. I did do a little special video for level 2. Level 1, you got the Tramp Talk video, which I thought was kind of fun. So if you are a member and you are watching right now and you have not been to members only videos, go ahead, check that out. I might release it this evening, just depending on what I think the feedback is. It's not new news, but I just think that it's worth telling that story over and over and over again, just because there are just some dimwits out here that need on a regular basis for their audience to know who in the hell that they are dealing with. And since they've made me their pet project, well, they'll never be mine, but periodically I'll just throw a video out. Why not? Why not, right? So yeah, Trailer Park Tramp Talk. So fill in the blanks on that. You know who it's all about. But we may put that out later. I don't know. Right now it's for members only. Let's see. Hi, Fran. Can you put out a cookbook? My God, you guys are expect a lot from me. Antoinette, I do have some cooking videos on my other channel. Contrary to the word on the street that reactors don't have any talents other than talking bullshit about stuff that they're not qualified for, yes, go over to my other channel, repping for BK, New York. Hello, how are you? Yes, I've got a lot of cooking videos over there. If there's something specific that you want, let me know. But I did make a roast beef today. I did not I didn't film it because I felt like that was so, like, everyone knows how to do that, but maybe you guys don't. But it's so easy, and I made it more pot roast style. So we'll talk about that on my other channel. You know, we do the foolishness and the fuckery over here. You know what I mean? Going through something and asking if everyone could please say a prayer for me. I would appreciate. Y'all, Trinice is asking as well. You guys, look, let's do this. At the end of the day, no one's life is perfect out here. And I feel like if someone comes up and asks their peer group to keep them lifted up in positivity and thought for the man upstairs to shine some extra light on them and grant them some favor, that's the least that you can do as a human being, right? So Trinice is asking, LaQuinta is asking, and there might be someone else out here who needs it, but they may not ask, and that is okay. But sometimes when you find yourself in contemplation, meditation, just think of the bougie gang. Just think of the folks out here on the YouTube streets that need some prayer and need some lifting up. And we'll leave it at that. That way everyone is covered and we are multiplying, not dividing, right? So just keep that in mind, that there's some sisses out here that need some positive thought, and just keep them in mind on a regular basis. But certainly, it's an honor for you guys to put that out there, because we've formed a very nice community out here. And there's some chats that I would go in that I would never ask them to pass me the salt. Okay. So the fact that you guys think enough to ask each other, I think that's beautiful. So, put the bougie gang on the prayer list, okay? That's right, Steph. Let me just make sure, ask my partner in crime here, make sure she's good before I jump right on in. But today, the title of this live is backwards: Bitter Baby Mamas, Basics. Oops. Ooh, my bad. Basics and bums, okay? Me personally, I don't think everyone needs to be in a relationship, but that's just my take on it. But what do you guys think? Arlene, while you guys are thinking about that, Arlene, would you like to come to the front of the church today and tell us what happened? Did you make a cake? Did you provide lunch for the co-mom of the relationship that your daughter who just moved in with the young man? Would you like to go ahead and come forward and tell us what happened so we can get that off the docket? Let me see, where's my phone? Let's see, Arlene, I'm going to send a link down. And I did put out on Instagram, I don't know if anyone asked me any questions or not, but I did just do an Instagram post asking for questions. Ask me anything. So have fun with that. And if I get some right now, I'll go ahead and answer some. If not, then we'll talk about them on tomorrow. Yes, prayers, please. My mom's best friend's son was murdered. Found his body on the side of the road on Sunday. How tragic, Jamie. I am so sorry to hear that. And yeah, that's awful. I'm so sorry, Jamie. That's terrible. My mom's best friend's son. That's awful. What a way to go. Whew, God, guys, this world is a very cruel place, and we all know this, right? There are people out here who are growing up and who are conditioned that they just don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. And yes, we should all be much more kind to each other. But also, I think that there is a certain degree of unkindness when we continue to perpetuate lies and let people think that what they're doing is okay and will be good for them, and it's not. Do you guys remember that it was it's a children's story of the emperor's new clothes, and the emperor was batshit crazy, and he just had to have the best, the newest, the everything, until finally the suit maker came and basically convinced him that he had on like the baddest shit ever, but he was walking around bucket naked because he was a fool, right? He was a fool, and he was so convinced. They played with his head a little bit, right? And that's what happens out here when we are sitting around telling people that they're doing an amazing job, that they are the bomb and they are the shit. They got it going on. They're so smart. They're so fabulous. They're the best this. They're the best that. You're not a bum. It's okay to not have a job. It's okay to not take care of your family. It's okay to lie. It's okay to gaslight. It's okay to expose. It's okay to do all of these things other than the right thing. But when you open your mouth and you speak the truth, you are looked at as a fucking bitch. You're starting shit. Who said you're perfect? Really? Okay. People who make up lies, people who are encouraged for fake news. Isn't that awful? Arlene, we're going to jump into this topic, but we're going to talk to you first. So let me put this down in the chat. Arlene, when you sign in, just so we don't have any trolls try to take your place, but I know what you look like. Arlene, if you're here, I'm going to need to message her on Instagram because I don't even know if Arlene is here at this moment. But Arlene, the city where you live, go ahead and the city where you live, a neighboring city that starts with a B and ends with a T. Can you put that name in as your name? That way I know it's you. Sherry, no consequences for their actions. There are, yeah, it's a shame. Let me send her a note because I saw her earlier in the chat. She may not even be here, so I'm going to message her on Instagram, see if she's free. Rose of Sharon, you look so cute. I don't know if you're in here or not either, but Rose of Sharon is one of our ladies. She is a cutie pie, and I guess she's on her fitness journey because she is posting up with all her little cute workout outfits and her beautiful natural locks. She's a cutie pie. And we just love her, and I love your glasses. She sent Farah a cute little Valentine. I'm just going to send you over there to go see her. But this is how Rose of Sharon is eating. She's got those lemons on deck. Yes. Yeah, see, we care because we remember things about you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Arlene is here, one of our family members, and she came to us last week to talk to us about her daughter who wanted to jump right on into adulthood. We were trying to tell her, girl, don't do it. Stay home. Don't have any bills. Girl, you getting ready to get yourself a whole nother job because you're going to have to wash that man's clothes and clean up. and do all the things. And look at Arlene is so beautiful. Look at your skin, Arlene. Look at you. So Arlene is here to tell us, did she make a cake? Did she make lunch? What happened when mom came to town? And how did it go with your daughter?
Well, it didn't go anything like I thought it was going to go. She showed up and, well, she had taken the day off from work, but when she showed up, she was on the phone. So she's a workaholic just like me.
Okay, okay. So she wasn't being rude. She was just handling business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She so she walked up to me and she was just like, I just have one question for you. Are you okay with what's going on? And because I'm not fake, I said, oh, no, ma'am, absolutely not. I'm glad you asked because I'm not okay with it.
Yeah.
And she said, it was like she had this sigh of relief. And she said, oh, my God, I'm not okay with it either, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And I said, it's so funny how things work because I went into this like, yeah, I'm finna just shut this down. It's finna be, some drama. But she was in the same place that I was in. And she didn't know how to tell her son, like, son, I don't think this is a good idea. But then he was going to do it anyway, So we didn't sit down and talk very long. We said, okay, well, we have a lot of stuff to move because we ended up getting a whole house full of furniture. We had a lot of stuff to move because we wanted to make sure if they were going to do this, we were going to make it not as easy, but, just be supportive, just as supportive as we could be.
Right.
So she had a lot of furniture. We had a lot of furniture. And we just started moving stuff. And it was funny because the boyfriend, he jumped into the car with his mom. And then my husband said, no, you need to ride with me in this truck.
That's what I'm telling you. Your husband needs to just be on his back.
Yeah. So I don't know what conversation they had, but I just know when we got to that apartment,
don't get my daughter pregnant. That's what he was saying. Don't get my daughter pregnant.
Yes.
Don't do that.
When he got out the truck, he was just because he's lighter skinned and he was red as a crawfish because we from Louisiana, so he was red as a crawfish. And they were picking up. He had him picking up the couch over his head, all this heavy stuff. I mean, he had him working. They moved everything, just the two of them. And at one point, my daughter, his mom, we all just sat down and just let them move stuff. And we had a woman to woman conversation. Yeah. Yeah. So they were talking. And his grandfather was there too. So the grandfather showed up to support. And so they were having their men conversation. We were having the women conversation. And it went really, really well. Like my daughter and his mom were able to have a conversation. Because my daughter told her, well, I thought you didn't like me. And then the mom was like, well, how do you know? And you don't even want to talk to me. And I just kind of looked like deja vu because I had this conversation with my mother-in-law when I first, I just, I said, okay, maybe this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Maybe it really is just my daughter growing up and just starting her life. Because just fast forward after we got them moved in the house and everything, she called me and she was like, Mom, I realized we didn't buy a rice cooker. How do you make rice on the stove? How do you cook rice on the stove? And I'm like,
double the water, salt, and a cap full of oil.
Yeah. So I'm telling her, and she's like, okay. She said, well, can you just stay on the phone with me the whole time? I just want to make sure I don't burn it. So I stayed on the phone with her, and she was like, thank you, Mama. I appreciate it so much. I said, what did you cook? She said, oh, I made some ribs, and I was trying to make some Spanish rice or something. And I said, oh, okay. So you putting dinner on the table, And she's like, yeah. And then she shows me the house. She's like, y'all need to come over because I decorated and everything. And, I want to ball up some seafood and all that. And I'm like, okay, all right, girl.
I mean, your number 2, your number 3 might be your world traveler.
Yeah.
Number 4 might get married at 40.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's going to be. But yeah, some people want to start early, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it sounds like you guys have set up the best situation possible. You got a lot of support. He just needs to know, and she needs to know, I think, but this will be over time. The day that you wake up and this is not for you anymore, don't hold the other person up.
And we made that very clear to both of them.
And don't get burdened by thinking, Because, and I talked about this the other day, because I've only gotten into chapter 1 of Keisha's book, and the first page of, they call the pamphlet, she talked about feeling so obligated to be with someone at such a young age. That really kind of broke my heart, because I only know the girl that I see in the vlogs, and she seems like a nice young lady. She's cute. She's very cute. Is she doing the most? Of course, but who wasn't doing the most in their 20s, period, on both sides? Ashley, Keisha, and everybody else who's ranting and raving up all weekend, talking the most, talking about on site,
right,
people's ass and all kinds of shit. But when she talked about how they treated her at the school when she was dating the little girl, that hurt the way she was treated. But the main thing was the first paragraph, which I felt like, gosh, this lays down the groundwork for the whole book, is that she, out of loyalty and obligation, I don't know, or maybe what she didn't see as a kid, I don't know, her mom's married, I don't know what the story is with her mom and her dad. However, she was trying to sit around out of loyalty, and you're not even married, you're still in high school going into college. And my opinion, I feel like that's what she's doing right now, that she gives Jeremy the most, and Jeremy is not giving her what even that much as a man. However, again, I said this all the time, he's single. And he should do better, but he is single.
Right.
And they're running around here telling people they're not together. They're running around here lying to everybody else. We don't know. It's like they're Romeo and Juliet. You know what I mean? Like, Romeo and Juliet weren't even supposed to be dating publicly because they were in battling families. But
right.
They were doing the most.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that they are Romeo and Juliet, but we know that if they are together, they're telling everyone else that they are not. But I would just say, just to limit, just to keep close, because which I'm sure you guys are.
Yeah.
But just make sure that if they decide one day this is not for them, don't drag this out, and don't bring kids into it if you don't need to, because it's going to be a lot more painful. And if you decide you don't want to deal with that person, y'all going to have a long way to go to feel like you're in a place where you don't have to deal with each other anymore. Because look at Olivia and Gerard.
Right. And she did, she made a doctor's appointment for next week, because I had another conversation with her about birth control, and I said, okay, you don't need to bring any babies into this situation, because I mean, it's all like, oh, you're honeymooning right now, but once a baby comes into the situation, it changes everything. So she's thinking about getting the Mirena. And I said, okay, that's good. That's really good. Do that. I mean, absolutely do that. So that's taken care of, because I know, once she says she's going to do something, she does it.
Right.
So,
that way she can get her schooling out of the way.
Yeah.
And, maybe they can one day, they can drive to Florida, go down to Galveston.
And then they went
to Mexico.
Went to Houston yesterday. They went to Houston, and she texted me. She was like, "Mom, you need to go to whatever the restaurant was, and you need to try this." And I'm like, "Where are you?" She said, "Oh, I'm in. It was someplace." She was like, "Oh, we're in Houston." I'm like, "Okay, well, doing it big, girl. Go, go."
He's taking her out. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
How long have you and your husband been together?
12 years.
So, but he's the daddy to all your kids.
All
so you guys were together since you guys were little. So you guys are just in your middle 30s. Like, if I'm doing, because I'm not doing Jasmine math, I'm doing real math. Gosh, so you guys are doing good.
Yeah. And that's why I said I didn't want to be I didn't want to be hypocritical, because who's to say that they wouldn't be together? Because look at my situation. And then a lot of people that I went to school with, high school sweethearts, and they're still married and got kids and businesses and all this stuff. So who's to say that they won't work out? But it's just, I think it's just a scary thing as a parent. You're just scared. You don't want your kids to have to go through stuff, but at the end of the day, they have to. And I remember, I forgot who made the comment when we talked the last time, and they said, I needed to give my daughter credit, because maybe I did raise her right. Maybe I did give her what she needed.
A few of us said that, like, you sounds like you're doing a lot. You did a lot of the right things, even though it's not what you planned. The plan, you know how they say you make plans and God laughs.
Every time.
The plan may be different. But you know, the other girls may be completely opposite. They may not want to do the same thing. So, especially if there's a lady who I watch. Her channel's a little corny, but her name is Amy Marion, and she has a big family. She's got like 9-10 kids, and some of her kids are older, but she's got a daughter that helps her homeschool her little kids, and they stay real close to their big sister. So they have another sister who lives in Michigan, but maybe she's the number 2 sister that got married, and the little girls, so she calls them the little girls and the big girls. The little girls go over to this sister who just got married in September's house sometimes. And you watch her, Mickey, someone in the chat saying, so yeah, this woman cooks her ass off. Like her food looks nasty, but she does these marathon cooking videos, and it's just like, you just sit there and you're like, oh my God, she's cooking so much damn food.
Right.
But the thing is, she got all these kids, and but her little kids stay close to their big sister and their big brothers. So, you know, it's going to be a help to you guys. Maybe you guys are going to be able to get out on a date night.
Yeah, and she already offered. She said, "Why don't can my sisters come to the house on Sunday?" I said, "Sure, of course they can. Of course they can.
Girl, come
absolutely,
get them.
Yes, come get them right now. Yes."
So yeah, that's beautiful. I'm happy for you. I hope it works out really good. My parents grew up next door to each other, and so as someone who, you know, they knew each other for a long time. My dad was older than my mom, but they didn't really get together till my mom was about 22, 23 years old. They got married when my mom turned 25. But they grew up next door to each other. So, you know, you just never know what's going to happen. And, you know, I think it's a blessing, especially it may bring your family even closer together.
Yeah.
You know, now you guys have a whole nother place to go on the weekends, and your daughter is calling you, asking you how to make rice. I was telling Farrah was asking me how to make rice. She wants to cook a little bit now, and that was one of the first things I learned how to make. But we're from the Caribbean too, so I know you guys eat a lot of rice in Louisiana. That was one of the first things I learned how to make. My mom was always like, if you put 1 cup, you put 2 cups of water, put some salt, and she always just said a cap full of oil. That's it. I don't even know anything about a rice cooker. I put my rice right on the pot right on the stove, and that's it.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I can breathe a little. I think my husband's breathing a little bit better. He's still kind of on the edge, but he's breathing. So we're gonna work through it. I think it'll be okay.
You can pick him up, take him to play basketball, go to AutoZone, teach him how to change his oil, all the things that maybe he missed from having a dad. And you know, those kind of things would be helpful. I don't know, but yeah, keep us posted, because someone else is going to be going through this one day, and they're going to remember what you did and how graceful, and how you didn't freak out.
I know, because at first I didn't. I was at first I didn't want to say anything, but I said, you know, that's the problem. Sorry, my dad was calling. We don't communicate with each other. We have problems, and especially for me, being a young mother and all that, it's always like, oh, I got it, I'll fix it, I can do this. But no, sometimes we need help, and then we can't judge each other and all of that. Just, you know, whatever knowledge that we have, just pass it on to each other. I said, well, I respect you, and I watch your videos all the time.
Oh, thank you.
So I said, well, and it was just in that moment, I said, well, let me ask friend, because yeah, I need to know. I need some advice here. So I'm so glad that I stepped outside of the box and said, let me talk to somebody. And I just appreciate everybody and all the comments and all the good feedback, and nobody said anything negative. And, you know, I appreciate that a lot, because somebody else is
love
going to go
always
through this.
wins. You know, to me, like I said, she's not out here at Magic City.
Right.
And look, there's girls out here that, and we don't want to make the girls out here feel bad that are at 18, 19 years old, which I don't even know if you can dance in the club. Maybe you get the underage bracelet or whatever.
Yeah.
But she's trying to have a relationship with a boy. It was Alyssa, she's 18.
She's 18. She'll be 19 in July, and he will be 20 in July.
Yeah, so they're young, but they're in love. They came to their parents. They didn't just kind of disappear and move out. The parents are helping. You can hear, go back to, was it Wednesday or it was Wednesday? Or was it,
I think
Friday?
So. I think it's Friday.
Alyssa, it was either Wednesday or Friday. Arlene called in and we talked to her for about 45 minutes and told us the whole story. I will definitely link it once I post this video. So anyone watching who didn't hear Arlene's original story, I will link it so you can get the original. But hopefully my husband doesn't mind me saying this, but his parents got together very early too, like 17, 18. They were together for over 30 years.
Right.
And they made it a long way. They raised 5 amazing children and even some bonus children who lost their mother, one of my mother-in-law's sisters. So, you know what I mean? Like, young couples can make it in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
I think life is so hard right now. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to overtalk you, but life is so complicated right now. People need love.
Yeah, because even with my husband and I situation, obviously we were really young making babies, and we were together, puppy love, broke up, and then ended up getting back together. So I know like things happen, and I guess there was some heartbreaking stuff in between, and I didn't want her to have to deal with that, but in the end it worked out because we've been together a long time and raising all these kids, and it just, life happens. Life is life. Like my grandmother used to say, just keep on living because, life is going to keep happening.
It was never promised to be perfect. It was never promised to be painless. My mom always used to say, really and truly, if you are experiencing something and it makes you feel uncomfortable, you're doing something right because God is testing you, and that might lead to your promotion. You got to wonder when you're sitting still and he's not paying any attention to you at all. You might think you are in heaven, but when you are not being tested and tried, that could be the problem. That could be the problem because, to whom much is given, much is required, and you are going to experience things. And that really comes to those who are actually, it seems counterintuitive, but it's because, but let me ask you a really important question. What are you doing with the extra space in the house? Are you making a craft room? Are the girls already like, okay, I want my own room now? What's going on?
Yeah, my husband told me that it needs to be my space because I cleaned it up and everything, and it's just empty now. And the kids, they just kind of look. It's almost like they're going to a cemetery or something. Like they just look and they're kind of
this.
Yeah, but I said I'm going to do something with the space because I need to. She's gone, and I just, because in my mind I said I wanted to keep it empty just in case she needed to come back, and my husband said no, you're just preparing for the negative stuff.
Estate is too expensive.
He said, no,
I have some empty bedrooms. Are you kidding me?
He said no, she'll be okay. And if something happens with their relationship, then hey, she can get her another house or something. He said, but the goal is to raise our kids and get them out the house. He's like, I want to walk around naked, and I can't do that with a bunch of kids.
You guys got started early. I mean, maybe, how old is your youngest?
She's 8.
So yeah, in like 10 years, you're not even going to be 50 yet. You guys, I mean, I keep telling Farrah, and I've told this to several people, once we drop her off at college, I hope to have some tickets, and we're going to be getting on a plane going somewhere.
Yeah.
As soon as she gets off, like, she's at the dorm, and we are riding to the airport.
Right.
On.
Right.
On. Okay. Because it's going to be time. We don't, we do like things like car rides to Florida. That's what we're doing. I want a plane ride somewhere exotic.
Right.
Where we can be all up in each other's faces and get tipsy.
Yeah. Because
not trying to get into some amusement park.
Right. We've never had our relationship, our marriage, or anything based on just the two of us. It's always been just us and kids. Just kids all the time. So I look forward to just
You might need your
being me.
Marina. Don't forget about your Marina. You're still
right.
young. Don't might
Well,
want to get your Marina too.
right.
Don't be sitting around for another 20 years.
Doing this all over again. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus.
Auntie and niecey or nephew gonna be the same age. Don't do it to yourself in 5 years and have your last little one.
Right.
Yeah. Don't test it out. Don't test your gangster like that. Go ahead and
I need to be making my appointment next week too. Then I need to be right there with her because no. But yeah. So I look forward to those days, and like I said, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, we are so happy for you. Does anyone else have any questions for Arlene? So Liz had a question. I guess everyone's gonna go back. I'm gonna link it so it'll be there, and tell your daughter that we are going to keep her in our thoughts and prayers, your whole entire family. BougieGang. We put it out there. Just keep BougieGang in your thoughts and prayers when you're going to when you're going to the man upstairs, so however you do it. And that goes for the kids too, because we love the kids around here. We just don't like to talk. We don't talk about them.
Right.
So, but yeah, tell your daughter we are giving her our thumbs up and sending her all kinds of positivity, that she's happy, and let us know if there's anything we can do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, Arlene, keep in touch. We just love you. I love talking to you. You're such a sweet person.
Thank you.
So keep in contact with us, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you down in the chat.
All right, bye y'all.
Okay, all right, bye. Guys, we helped a sis out, okay? Isn't that awesome? We didn't get that. We'll have to ask her down in the chat. Arlene, if you're in here, put in the chat or in the comments, did you cry after the move? Did you go home and cry? They might have been happy. Because it sounds like it went really, really well. To my parents, they're here. Yeah, girl, it's interesting, but does everyone need to be in a relationship? We know that that's not the case. There are people who are on the struggle bus and make bad situations worse. I mean, yes, this is a good thing. These two are getting a lot of support. They have parents close by. The young man, his mom is, I think, from New Orleans, but they are on the other side. They're closer to Texas. So they are closer to the border of Southeast Texas. And I don't want to tell the name of their city, but they are closer to Texas, put it that way. And they've got the support of Arlene and her husband, who are like a few minutes away. So it seems like it's going to be a good thing. We see on these YouTube streets that people are using relationships like Band-Aids, and that's a problem. And then children come, or we see people being held up from, moving forward and trying to be the best that they can be. Hi, Miss Alexis. How are you? Loretta Camp, how's it going? So, yes, I titled this backwards, Bitter Baby Moms, Basics and Bums, because, I mean, we just see this all over. I've seen a couple of conversations talking about, kind of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But, I can't help but think first and foremost of the three moms that, that I cover, and some of the other moms. It's really difficult. I don't understand. I was always a person who just kind of, I dated, but I don't know. And it's the Virgo in me. I'm a funny Virgo. Last night I was watching Paris. They were talking about Virgo attributes. I know we've got some Virgos around here. My one of my major Virgo attributes is I'm very funny. And I don't mean funny as in haha. I mean, funny as in like I'm weird about my space. And I was just never the person who wanted to share my space with anybody. And the funny thing is when my husband and I moved in together, it just seemed so right immediately. I did not question it because I told myself that when the day came that he and I like got together, um, that I was ready for it. And I asked for it, I wanted it, and when we got together, there wasn't going to be any turning back, unless it was just like over. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to give it my. Arlene, you're a Virgo too. How did I not know that? Wow. Okay. Virgos are holding it down on YouTube. It's strange. I feel like I've never been surrounded by so many Virgos in my life. I've always been like the only Virgo like around me. Um, and it's incredible how many like Virgos just come out the bushes. Yes, Queen J. Arlene, I'm September 12th. I saw a lot of people who said they were September 13th last night. Um, Mickey is September 5th, Arlene the 1st, Nini is September 20th, Can be snapping. I mean, is this not incredible? Yeah, that Virgo energy is very strong. Our intuition is super duper strong. We know Shanita is a Virgo. Okay. Capricorns love their space. And I don't know, you know what? I pulled my chart. Kels, you guys know Sofa Time with Kels. Kels sent me to a website once. I pulled my chart and I think I saved it. I'm gonna pull my chart out tomorrow. But the chart went into a lot of depth and it tells you like some different things like your sun, your moon, all of the different houses and things like that. And I did not commit it to memory, so I need to pull it out so I can read it again. Because now, you know how sometimes you start having conversation and then things just kind of start clicking a little bit. Are Virgos positively blessed? Yes. Taurus. One of my sisters is a Taurus, and the other one is they're both in April and they're born a week apart. So one is a Taurus and the other one, can you guys help me out? One is on the 22nd, no, the 21st, and the other one's on the 26th. Um, I know someone yesterday was talking about whose birthday in Shanita's was saying that maybe it was Deuce and DeMarcus's mom. You know what? It's incredible now watching some of these chats, how much stuff it's like you just like data, like watching these chats. If Deuce and DeMarcus's mom is watching, I think she mentioned her birthday was on March 16th, and that is my brother's birthday, the day before St. Patrick's Day. So shouts out to Deuce and DeMarcus's mom. I think if I'm correct, that is your birthday. Happy almost birthday to you. But we will certainly make sure to remember that. Alyssa is a Cancer. One of my sisters is a Cancer as well. I have 1, 2, 3 sisters, including me, makes 4, and my brother makes 5. Jasmine, okay. T. Lee is a Libra Virgo. I am a Libra, Virgo, and Taurus. So like your sun, moon, and what's the other? Megan Sagittarius. Fran, your other sister is a Gemini. Okay. So would that be the one who's the 26th? Because I think the one who's the 21st, they're stair steps. So they are literally okay. So my brother was born March. The following April 26th is number 1 sister. So number 2. Number 3 was born on April 21st. So like first baby, second baby was 13 months apart, and then the third baby was literally a year apart. My parents were clearly into each other because my mom was, and where we're from in New Jersey, they always said, "Oh, they're Irish triplets." So I don't know if that was common, but yeah, we grew up in the Northeast, and you know, Catholics put it down. Where we're from, I had a classmate who had 11 brothers and sisters. So having a family of 5 or 6, I never thought that that was a lot of kids because I was raised Catholic and all the families at our church had tons of kids. So 5 and 6 was like standard. Um, the big families was kind of like, oh wow, like you guys are in a church van. Um, my mom, yeah, definitely. And then there was a 6.5 year break for me. And then my youngest sister is almost 9 years younger than me. So she's like just almost nine because when she turns her birthday, she's June 27th. And my birthday is in September. So really, we're almost 9 years apart. July 4th for me. My daughter is December 25th. What a blessing. Oh my God, all of these holidays. Wow. Okay, so Independence Day, daughter is on Christmas, and husband's mom is on New Year's Eve. Yes, holiday family. Really, really nice. Um, Sun, moon, and rising. Okay. Brown sugar, April 21st. No, if April 21st, Aries and Taurus. Okay. Um, Yep, Gemini's February, right? I am very much I'm not so much of a loner, but my husband is an Aquarius and Farah is a Leo. What I can say is this in the house, sometimes we literally are all piled up into one room, which would be our bedroom. Farah loves to hang out with us, and or sometimes we are all kind of doing our own thing. So like he might be in his garage or upstairs, um and hanging out upstairs doing games, or we have a pool table upstairs. And Farah, I don't she could be doing whatever. Like we just all kind of we're either all together or we're just maybe in the kitchen. Yeah, I mean we all enjoy our company with each other. But yeah, we all know how to chill too. So that's the thing that I love about my husband, because I do feel I'm not really an introvert, how a lot of people on YouTube like to say that they are an introvert. However, I do like kind of need my creative headspace sometimes. Um, but also that being said, we can all kind of just be together and everybody's quiet doing their own thing, just all in the same room. So it's interesting. And the dynamic is that we have a small family, so we can do that. I don't know what the dynamic would have been had there been more, but that's not the case. Um, let's see. Hi, Anna. How are you, dear? My household is Taurus, Libra, Scorpio. I need you. My parents were both Scorpios. My mom was October 28th, and my dad November 9th. And they were like muy caliente for each other. I mean, in love. Um, yeah, it's funny because for as introverted as I feel at times, I've always kind of been like out front, finding myself like, uh, you know, the kind of hostess at like the talent show at school, or reading the announcements at church or something like that. Just always kind of like, oh hey you, maybe oh hey you with the big mouth, come forward. And I had to kind of get over my little stage fright. And once I got over it, I just never um been afraid to step out in front of people. So this was kind of easy for me. Um, doing a YouTube channel, it was just so much fun. Um, because I started vlogging and I don't know what came over me one day. I was like, I really I saw people going live. I was like, I want to go live. Like, but what am I going to talk about? And but it was interesting. So you're a Virgo friend, your husband is an Aquarius. And you're okay, so you're an Aquarius and your husband's a Virgo. Interesting. Very cool. That's weird. We both like on that September 12th. Yes, I used to do like choir and all of that. You know, I wasn't like a band nerd or anything like that, but definitely always kind of like somewhere in the midst of like, oh, we need someone to, um, do this or that at the assembly. Okay, so let's see. My parents are both Leos, born as brother and sister, August. Isn't that interesting how sometimes people just have babies at the exact same time of year? Very, very cool. Okay, guys. Um, let's see. So when you came in here, based on the title, what did you think we were going to talk about? Let's see. I know I posted a video on Olivia today. Um, it's strange because I do see her going down bitter baby mama track. Um, what you guys think in the comments. Guys, too, we are right at about 50% on our likes. I don't know where we are for dislikes, but guys, if you have not yet voted, whether you are a notification gang or you just happen to stumble across this live, go ahead and make your vote. I certainly would appreciate it because it helps move things along. Let me turn this volume down so I can. Okay, so right now we're at 79 and we're at 80. I just gave myself a like. And we're at 82 and we are at 9 dislikes. Okay. So, Arlene, once again, thank you. Guys, if any of you have a question or any of you guys have a problem and you need to crowdsource a solution, you want to talk about it with the Bougie Gang, go ahead, drop me a line and let us know what your problem is. And we will definitely make time to have you on and talk to you about what's going on. Do you have a dating issue? I would love, and I know I've said this a million times, T, Loving and Living Life, on your next off day, I really want you to come forward. And she said she would. So I'm going to have to reach out to her and we're going to have to make that happen. So she can talk to us about what her HR problem was. She emailed me and I helped her. You're welcome, Arlene. I helped her with 2 problems and I would love to hear them more in depth because we never really got to talk about it. So maybe we can talk to her next week on days she's off. She's actually a flight attendant, so she's in the air quite a bit, but I'm sure she's going to be off one day this week so that maybe we can talk to her about what's been going on. So guys, yeah, let me know if the Bougie Gang can help you out. Let me see if I got any questions through Instagram, and then we're just going to jump back in on this topic because I keep hearing a lot of talk, and I just feel like, guys, this is YouTube streets. Liv's Lips. I think she's coming on right after she's getting the injections. I don't know if she's supposed to be keeping ice packs on them. There's a couple of girls that I follow who get these lip injections. And any of you guys who follow fashion bloggers, there's a woman, her name is Maria Dragonova. She's in the UK. She's Russian. She gets lip injections and she usually keeps like ice packs on her mouth. I haven't seen Olivia with ice packs. I don't even know if smoking is the best thing when you're getting those lip injections, but girl, I have no idea what that woman is doing. Let's see. Okay, so we did get a question. Devora, if you are out here, first question that I got, which is interesting. Do you think that marriage should be 50-50, or do you feel that women put more into marriage than men do? Thank you, Alexis. You're so sweet. I think she went to someone's house to get that done. I hope not. Girl. I hope she doesn't end up with one of these people putting Fix-A-Flat in her mouth. Guys, do you think that marriage should be 50-50, or do you feel that women put more into marriage than men do? Okay, so marriage is okay. I'm going to say relationships at large, but let's keep it marriage. Marriage, look, marriage is going to be 50-50. Marriage is going to be 70-30. Marriage is going to be 90-10. Keep in mind that we are whole people. We are two whole people. Ideally, it's not 50 exactly, Sonia. You read my mind. It's two whole people coming together, right? Now, one day I might be sick, God forbid. One day I could be injured. One day we just don't know. One day financially, maybe I'm not going to be able to support, or vice versa. You have to be 50-50 enough to pick up that one day it's going to be 70-30 and not be resentful. If you are someone who's going to be pissed because all of a sudden, due to Rona, your husband lost his job, or something happened, and now you're mad because you're pulling all the weight, yeah, that's marriage might not be for you. You know what I'm saying? If you feel put upon, if you feel taken advantage of, sometimes we just have to get square with, it's not the person I'm mad at. Maybe I'm just mad at something else. Like, for instance, there might be a specific task or something that you don't enjoy doing. It doesn't necessarily mean that people are taking advantage of you. It's just like, okay, that's your job in the house, right? So marriage does need to be 50-50, but it's not going to always look 50-50. That's what people fail to realize, is that when a man, okay, and I'm going to say this too, a man is not going to marry you because, bitch, you got it going on in the boardroom, okay? If he is, he's marrying you for the wrong reason. By that token, you should not be marrying some guy because he's got all of this money for you. Hold on just one second. You know what I'm saying? If you are lucky enough to meet someone who is a good provider, then that's awesome, and that's what you should be attracting. If you are someone who's got things going on, if you are someone who knows who you are and is not a slouch, is not basic, is not a bum, is not backwards, you should be able to attract someone who is on par with you, equally yoked. Do you guys have to have the same bank account? No. Do you guys have to have the same credit? No. There are going to be people in your life that you are going to be their blessing. And what I'm going to say by that is that you are going to give them that energy to be great. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are some people, and I'm not just talking about potential. What I'm talking about is greatness. What I'm talking about is propelling yourself to another level. There are people that there's someone in this world that is your perfect match, that will propel you, that will bring out the best in you. And there is someone also out here that will bring out the worst in you. If you are fortunate enough to be tuned in with yourself, to be able to find that match that will propel you, that will make you either that executive, that will allow you to be the best in church, in singing, in dancing, in mothering, in whatever it is that your God-given gift is, that person is going to bring that out of you, okay? And through that, like they say, you'll never have to work a day, right? Because you're going to find your gifts through someone who presents themselves as a gift to you, okay? Does it need to be an executive? No. Can it be a regular guy who all of a sudden is like, damn, did we realize that we were going to have a company and bill $1 million in sales this year? My God, we started this out with a beat up pickup truck. Okay. You never know what you're going to do, right? I wouldn't just be looking for a W-2, but I would not be with a bum. Okay. If someone is not displaying themselves as a go-getter, that's a problem. I don't care where they work. At the end of the day, you could meet someone who may be in modest beginnings, but if they are not trying to do what it takes to handle business at the house, no matter what that is, cut yards, cut hair, pick up odd jobs, get on a bicycle. You don't have a freaking car. You get in on your bicycle and you go and do a temporary job. You do what you got to do to handle bills. And through that, someone is going to see, yeah, you need a break. Yeah, you're a hardworking guy. Yeah, you did this or that, or maybe your work history isn't the best, or you're trying to finish school. It really matters more what you are looking towards. You can tell a bum when you see one. I don't care if they have a halfway decent job. That bum might go to work, but that bum is going to be cheap with their money. That bum is going to be talking to other women and texting behind your back. They're going to be always kind of trying to jockey for position, and those women too. Okay. If you are someone who likes to keep, like they say, a bird in the bush, understand that man that you meet is probably keeping a bird in the bush too. Do we not always see that people who don't trust each other usually find someone not to trust? This is what I wanted to say today. I was thinking about this. Our brains, there's a book that I read. Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to find it. It's on the brain, and our brain is always seeking to go back to a sense of normalcy and satisfaction. So a sense of normalcy and like satisfaction, rest, right? Do you ever notice you get a headache when you have a particularly stressful day, or you do something new, you drive where you have not driven before? Oftentimes you could drive somewhere with your eyes closed because we go into something called autopilot. When you are actively living and you are doing things that you've never done before, your brain is really having to work, right? So when you are used to something, when you are used to the bullshit, when you're used to fuckery, as crazy as it sounds, that's what you seek out because that is what is normal to you. Okay. Sometimes when someone who is used to fuck shit and they meet someone who is actually for real, and they just come out the gate with the fuck shit, it's because number one, that's what they're used to. Number two, they don't know how to operate any other way. And they also, because they want to be back at their normal state, which is chaos, they will start to self-sabotage. Okay. We can go into more detail about this another time because we're already like an hour and 10 minutes in almost. But at the end of the day, it is not a coincidence that like your friend, or maybe even you, or that family member of yours seems to always find that same thing, but a different name, a different date, a different combination of the same thing, because that's how they are. That's who they are. And that's what is most comfortable to them. And that's also what they bring out in that person. Okay. If you are someone who is normal, you are somebody who likes to earn money. I never had to worry about finding a guy who would take care of me, who would pay for a date, who was operating in the world like me, because that's how I was operating. Not like it's perfect, but yeah, I wasn't anyone who ever really got used to dealing with nonsense. I didn't have any kids. It wasn't a stretch for me to find a guy who didn't have a kid. And I know that might seem unreal, but there are some of you out here who have dated plenty of people with no kids. Also, laws of attraction, you guys already know this. You have to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. If you don't want a guy with kids and you don't want a guy who's a bum, stop thinking about, yeah, I don't want to meet a bum. No, I want to meet a nice guy who's going to take care of me and who I can enjoy taking care of, right? And taking care of doesn't mean necessarily paying their bills. But you know what? One day you might get married and he breaks his leg and has to have 3 surgeries, and you might just have to do that, okay, until that disability check starts coming in, or that insurance check comes in, or that lawsuit check comes in. You know what I mean? And because you love that person, that's what you're going to do, because that's what a good wife does, or a good partner, right? It's not really about the 50-50 in terms of finances. Now, women, you know, we oftentimes take care of the children. So to this person's point who asked me, is it 50-50, or do you find, you know, I think sometimes we make it easy for men to not be as hands-on with children because we've got it. And but I think as a co-partner in the house, you have to say, hey, I need to go get my nails done, or I want to go get my hair done, or I just need a break. You know, do you mind putting the kid, like, on this and this day, you put the kids to bed. On this and this day, I'll put the kids to bed, right? Or as I cook, you clean. You have to open your mouth. I do believe that as women, sometimes we expect for men to just kind of like, yeah, we had a conversation about that a couple of years ago. And then you're sitting there like, I told him I liked the white chocolates with the macadamia nuts, but he keeps buying me the chocolate turtles. Why does he keep doing that? I told him. So tell him again. He forgot. Okay. Or say, you know what? I'm good on chocolate turtles. Can you get me the edible arrangement? I would like those moving forward. Ask for what you want. 50-50, I think 50-50 is ideal, but I don't think that in anything there is a balance always. I think sometimes you're going to find those glimmers of balance, but life is not balanced. You know what I mean? Sometimes work is going to be really, really hard, and you're going to have to stay at work late. And then you're giving more to your job than you are to your family, right? That's not 50-50. And when I ever signed up for a job, I never told them I was going to give them half of me. I told you I was going to give you a third of me 5 days a week, which is probably somewhere about maybe 25%, which is still a lot. But when my job starts taking up 30 and 40 and 50% of my time, that's a lot. So nothing is ever going to balance as promised. I think it's just the way you go into it and the attitude. I believe that people do have some unrealistic expectations of marriage and relationships. What baffles me is that in 2021, being the daughters of and the granddaughters of the feminist movement, and being a modern woman, that we still have women out here. Number one, teen pregnancy is down. There's less teen pregnancy today than ever, okay? But we still have women in their 20s and 30s who get mad because they chose to deal with a F boy in some F shit, some fuck shit with a fuck boy, and ended up with some kids. And he never even bought you a slice of pizza, but you're mad because, I don't know, maybe he's not coming around to see his kids. Maybe he's taking off. You know, this isn't specific to one person, because like we were talking about Olivia a little bit, Olivia had a good guy. Those of you who are just finding Olivia's channel in the last 2 years, when I first ran into Olivia's channel, Gerard was handling all of the bills. Olivia was a stay-at-home mother. She had just had the baby. She had just had Ryan, and she didn't have a job. And he was going to his job and he was handling business, okay? And that changed. She started making money and she started smelling herself. And I think she also realized the YouTube formula that is the number one killer of relationships, which was creating storylines, and creating drama to get views, and also beefing. So she picked a beef with Chrissy. She started treating her husband like crap. She dug deep into her resentment of who would eventually become her husband, of the indiscretions, of the cheating that they both did on both sides, but still continuing to increase their family, right? So this is what we see happening a lot. And when you call it out on these YouTube streets, people feel like you're bashing. But why is it a good thing that when you see a young mother who is still articulating that at 30 years old and being extremely unhappy, even talking about a baby, people are like, when do you think you're going to have a baby? Like when people were asking Jasmine about having a baby with damn hipster, who we don't even know has a job. Are you kidding me? Would I watch? Of course. Why not? It's a shit show. She's not promising me Leave It to Beaver. This is not an episode of Good Times. This is certainly not the Jeffersons. My God. Jasmine is sitting up there talking about having a baby, and Chris barely even talks about being her man. She's bro. They talk about basketball. It's weird. It is so weird to me. Instead of shutting it down, saying, guys, we got a long way to go. We are just trying to make it through these days. We got these little ones he's helping me with. He's got his. We got to get a house for all these children. We want to get settled somewhere. Instead, you have subscribers asking her, when are they going to have a baby? Meanwhile, there is video after video after video that drops on Jasmine talking about how incompetent she is, how much of a reluctant mommy. I think she enjoys being a mommy to a certain degree. I don't, me personally, in my opinion, I don't think she hates her kids. I'm sorry. I know you guys, a lot of you guys have very strong feelings about this. I just think that Jasmine is not equipped. She's just not happy in motherhood, right? I don't think that means she doesn't like her children. I think that she just doesn't like being a mother, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't like her kids. I just think that she put herself in a situation playing the Davis family for TV, making babies. I heard someone talking the other day, and really was kind of like not clear. And everyone's not going to be an expert, and I'm not saying that anyone should be, but let's make this clear. Jasmine was dating a guy who's in prison now for pimping. Philip did not cheat on Jasmine. Philip was handling his business. Philip has 6 and 7 other baby mothers. I think it's 6. I think he has somewhere around maybe 10 or 11 kids. Anyone down in the chat, put it in there. There's overlapping timelines. We only hear about one person, which is Asia. Asia has moved on with her life. She's had 2 kids with Philip that overlap with Jasmine's. Jasmine was fully aware of what was going on when it was going on because of situations that you can go back in videos, and I'm not going to go into that topic because it's been talked about a lot. And Asia is moving on with her life, so I'm not going to make this about Asia and Jasmine, but I'm going to make this about the truth. And the truth is that Philip was not cheating. Philip was a pimp. Philip was seeing multiple women, and Jasmine was okay with it. Jasmine was playing the Davis family for TV. Philip was her man, but he was everyone else's man. And he went to prison. And he is in prison now for that reason. This is no romance gone wrong. This is no, he cheated with a light-skinned girl. This is, he had many women and he had many children. And that's that on that. And her being with Chris, which I did find the video, guys. Gosh, I should play it now. When she talked about meeting Chris, and You know what? Let me find this because I was listening to it yesterday. You guys, was it yesterday or the day before? You guys had me in the crates looking for this video of when I first remembered hearing her talk about a guy who knew who knew Philip, and that he was away on a contract, which what that contract was, I don't know, and he would be coming back soon. And when he came back, when lo and behold, we meet someone finally, oh, it's Chris. It's Chris. It's been Chris all along. He's a bum. He was a bum. He's been a bum. Jasmine came out and said, I'm going to play this video because she said, I've been unhappy for a long time. I used to play for YouTube. I was very unhappy. Jasmine telling this whole fictitious tale about how her and Philip used to be together. Yeah, she was probably at her most unhappy with Philip. But I just believe that Chris is probably like a kinder, gentler Philip. But I feel like he's someone who is taking advantage of her nonetheless. Maybe not as much as Philip did, but girl, it's up there because, you're going to take advantage of someone. Does it matter if it's a little or does it matter if it's a lot? Okay. Are there degrees of being taken advantage? I guess there are degrees of being taken advantage of. I guess how painful it becomes. But yeah, Jasmine got saddlebagged with 4 kids. Okay. With a guy that if you look at some of these old videos, Philip was so funny because Philip did not give a shit. Philip was hilarious. Philip did not care. He did not care a bit. And his mouth was reckless. Okay. I see you. Yes. Hit the like button. Hold on. I need to make some tea. Who, Megan? I don't know. Who are you talking about? Let me find this video really quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Hold on. Christopher. Now, I heard someone talk about this earlier. Have you guys seen like a YouTube kind of like bot deleting comments? I had not heard of such a thing, and someone brought this to my attention earlier today. Queen, one of the queens. I'm not going to put anyone out on Front Street, but has anyone seen this or noticed that YouTube is randomly deleting comments in chats? Has anyone seen that? Camila, okay, I see that. Yeah, Eric's fam. It was a disaster, and I mean, I do have compassion for Jasmine. It's hard to show her compassion because she does get so belligerent and she is so nasty. But I do understand that she's taking out her frustration. She for a long time had herself convinced that Philip was a good guy. And it wasn't until Philip really started giving her his ass to kiss when he's in prison and really seeing how he had been communicating with his other baby moms, and now there's a problem. So I think the other baby moms have all kind of been like, Jasmine, girl, get your man. Like, we don't want him anymore, okay? And I think she felt kind of threatened by one of the baby moms that I mentioned, because maybe she thought that she was going to want to be with him, or that there was still some liking there or whatever. But at the end of the day, you can only control you. I mean, clearly you already know you can't control Philip. And the fact that you decided to date someone that knows him in his circle, I think that is I just think it's gross, but whatever. I just don't think that Jasmine has made enough changes in herself to have attracted something better. That's why I just don't believe that Chris is any good, because Jasmine is still in crisis right now. So Chris has got to be trash. I'm sorry, because any guy that is operating on a higher level, and I know it sounds corny out here on these YouTube streets, like on a higher vibrational level, if Chris was doing his damn thing, he would not be with Jasmine, because any guy whose aunt has been contacted, your baby's mother, this woman has had umpteen videos about her being a careless, thoughtless, negligent parent. You see how they operate on these YouTube streets, that mouth. This chick doesn't even know how to use a damn Kleenex. What man is going to be with a woman like that? Okay? And I could wholeheartedly believe if someone was talking trash about her. And I mean, that's not nice. It's not nice. But damn it, you can't be mad at that woman when it's Chris who's talking about you. I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't be cussing someone out. I would be looking at him, but then I'd have to look at myself like, okay, maybe he did say that. You know? I mean, damn, if did he say it? Okay. Let me find this video. Did I hold it to the side? Okay. Guys, I did watch the Girls Like Us video. I guess we can talk about that tomorrow. For any of you guys who watched it, if you guys aren't watching us, that's another channel that Keisha operates with a couple of her friends, and they discuss like girls topics. And one of the topic on yesterday or the day before yesterday's video was, why do I keep going back? And it was interesting because clearly we know that Keisha's in crisis right now with her baby Fava, and it was interesting to hear what she had to say, and it was interesting to hear what her friends had to say. Let's see. Oh my God. You guys, if you go back, I'm gonna have to link some of these videos. There's a video where Jasmine is talking cold cash shit in her bathroom. The video is called "She Called Me a Homewrecker," and she put on like a a club dress, and basically was talking meth. In my opinion, I think that maybe she was talking to one of Chris's baby mom's friends. I don't know, but she pulled up some Facebook receipts and everything, and it was funny because it reminds me of all the Facebook stuff that was going on this week. Because it's just like, how does this keep happening? Yeah, oh yeah, it's because you're still dealing with the same person. Duh. Okay. Just a second. I wonder if this is... Guys, you're going to kill me because I can't find this video. Am I buffering? Okay. Hey, Olivia. Okay. Okay. Guys, give me a second. I don't know. This is not cooperating with me. Someone's putting out some bad mojo for me not to be able to pull this up. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Hi, Olivia. How are you? Olivia Pope in the house. Hey, Miss Pearl, how are you? I haven't seen you in a minute, lady. How are you doing? Walk by Faith is, why is Google deleting messages that are not using vulgar language? What messages are you guys seeing deleted? Because I'm not seeing that. So you're seeing messages that are going, but what does it look like once it's been deleted? Because I'm not catching it. So when you guys see that, if you see that it says Google's deleting something, can you please screenshot it and send it to me? Because I want to know what that looks like, because I want to call support and ask like what that means and why is that happening, if you guys don't mind. That way I can try to get an answer for you, because I want an answer for me. I want to understand what's going on with that. Okay. I'm just trying to find this video, guys. Okay. Realistic 3 hours, no kids. Okay. Let's see. Who is Christopher Mouth for using, I don't know, y'all. Sometimes I think there's like stuff you guys see I can't. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, this is June 13th last year, right? Chris was not living there yet, right? And let me put out a quick disclaimer, because as a YouTuber that participates in the YouTube partnership program, and also I'm going to exercise my right to use fair use. I'm putting out a fair use disclaimer because we are going to use this video for such purposes as criticism, commenting, YouTube news reporting, maybe even teaching someone something. Scholarship, probably not so much, other than 2 brothers plus 1 sister equals 3 siblings. Okay. So that would also cover education and maybe research too. I don't know, but God help. Okay. But here we go. Let me make this big. I don't think this was a live or anything, so there's no chat with it. So let me, okay.
And I wish I could get a little break from the twins, but you know what? I'm just grateful for what I can get, which is a break from, 2 at least. And it's been hard. I talked to Philip, and hold on. He basically said, he can't wait to get out to help me and, help with the kids, because he knows what I'm going through. He knows that there's a lot of stress, a lot of weight on my shoulders. He's going to be staying with his mom, I think, but, he has been going back and forth with, I want to stay with you. And I'm just like, given that I'm talking to someone, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that would work. That makes it just wouldn't work, because I mean, and I told him I was talking to somebody, and he kind of just brushed it off like, oh, okay, talk to someone. But, at the end of the day, whenever I get out, I'm going to do what I want to do. I want to be with you. He doesn't know. I told him, I was like, since I am talking to someone, we should just, keep doing what we're doing, co-parenting, even when you get out. And I I know, mamas. I think it hit something because he was just like, are you sure you don't want to be with me? And I was just like, Philip, I don't know. It's just it's all crazy. I hate that it takes for me to talk to somebody and be with somebody for him to want to straighten up. You should have wanted to straighten up at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't, and here we are today. And to be completely honest, Philip just does not get it. The person I'm talking to knows him, and he's not letting me be great. Oh my God, Aiden is not letting me be great today, and it's starting to irritate me. The person I'm talking to knows him, and he was like, that shit's not gonna fly when he comes back from doing his contract. So, and he will be back in the middle of next month. Thank God. And he's so sweet, y'all. Eventually, y'all will meet him. Sweet, he's kind, and he's understanding. I love that about him. But I feel like just gonna have to accept who I'm with and where I'm going in life with things, because.
Do you see the J and the P on her shoulder right there?
I mean, I still care about him. I'm gonna always care about him. But at the end of the day, I moved on. I waited for you for a year, and now you want to change and work stuff out. It doesn't work that way. So he's just gonna have to co-parent at the end of the day.
Okay. That was the first that I really heard her talk about who I think ended up being Chris, and that was in June. And we didn't really meet Chris until a little bit later. Let me close this blind. So I don't know. There was the Mother's Day video where she was getting that text. I don't know what she meant by a contract. I don't know what kind of contract was Chris on? What contract work does he do? Did you hear that? But the contract. Well, Nene, they do know each other because they used to play ball together. They both copped to that. But Philip put something out in the air that he knew her from a business dealing with one of his ladies that he used to broker. Okay, you get my drift. And I don't want to say any names, and please don't say any names in the chat to associate that individual person with that. If you know, good. If you don't, just go back into the videos, because honestly, that person could be watching, and that person's also going on with their life. But it's part of the story, but we don't necessarily need names to tell the story, right? But yeah, that's what Philip said. Philip said he knows him from a business dealing. Okay. I could believe it. People were like, oh, Chris is good looking. He doesn't need to buy punani. I don't think that men who, just because guys pay for it doesn't necessarily mean that they can't get it otherwise. They just want it unattached and unencumbered, and may just want something a little bit that may be out of their league typically in terms of the looks department. So, or they just want something a little different, right? So looks has nothing to do with it. Clearly he's a bum. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this whole relationship is weird. But like I said, back to my original point, I just think a lot of people get really angry, and they're angry at the wrong people. Number one, they need to be angry at themselves for making a poor decision. And number two, if I was going to be mad at someone, I would be mad at like my mom, or I would be mad at somebody for not telling me that I was dating a bum, or that I was dating someone who was not bringing out the best in me, but continuing me to bring out, be with someone who is continuing to bring out my worst qualities. Because you guys know this, you can either be around someone, we've all said it. You could be around one of your best girlfriends and all y'all do is sit around and maybe cook and chill and watch movies and get lazy, right? Or you go out with that one friend that you always bust out that credit card and you come home with tons of stuff, right? It's a certain behavior that you do, right? Or your husband doesn't like you to go out with that one friend because she's the type that drinks too many drinks and will have you up on the bar and making a complete ass out of yourself, right? You get loose with that person, right? Not that it's wrong. You're not going to end up in jail, but we just all have friends, and it's not that you're not an influence either, because you might be that one. I don't know. You know what I mean? But there's always there are people that bring certain things out of us. So don't be surprised when your man, it's the same thing with your man. It's true. And when you are not in control of the worst aspects of you and your habits and your desires, you are going to continue to look for people unbeknownst to you until you become aware of it that match up with that, because we want to be comfortable in our own shit. We can't blame other people for what happens to us when we are co-creators of our lives, okay? If you find someone who is not going to be committed to you, it's maybe because you just don't want to be committed. I know that seems weird, but it's true. Because when you sign up for it and you know that someone is cheating on you, or somebody isn't treating you the way you want to be treated, but you continue to go back to that, or you break up with that person, and by some fluke you meet another person just like that, that's because it's you. It's you. It doesn't mean that you're, that you deserve that, but that's what you gravitate towards, because even though it's uncomfortable, even though it's chaotic, that is what is in you. Okay? So until you can identify that and realize that you are part of the problem and that you have to want better, and you have to, because, a lot of times, especially when I was much younger and when I worked in staffing, I used to be branch manager for agency, and I used to work a lot, right? Yeah, I didn't have a date on a Friday night or a Saturday because I was working like all weekend, right? I was a career girl. And I used to get feedback like, you work a lot. You're always working. You're always doing this. You're always doing that. You know what I mean? Like, it was always something revolving around work. Well, I needed to pay my bills. Nobody was paying my bills. I lived alone. I had, rent to pay, car payment to pay, all kinds of things like that. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, did I not hear the clue that maybe I needed to maybe not work so much, or to reshuffle my priorities, because maybe I really wanted a boyfriend, but I wasn't acting like one because I used to work too much? Hi, Nikki. Wow. How are you? When I started to make those adjustments and realize that, okay, work isn't everything, I need to kind of, make some adjustments with my work-life balance so that I can have a career. Don't we always see single people? This happened a long time ago, but I remember this. There was a congressman named Ed Rangel or somebody, right? Maybe anyone from Philly area. When they were talking about, this was a long time ago, but this was a really hot topic at one time. They were talking about a new female attorney general. This was a long time ago. Maybe I was in college, and they were saying, yeah, she's single. She doesn't have a life. She's going to be working all the time. You're talking about Janet Reno. Okay. If you're going to sacrifice your whole life to work, yeah, companies are going to let you. That's what they want. They want you giving more than 8 hours. They want you there 10, 12, 14 hours, okay? If you're willing to give it. Don't be surprised when you don't have a personal life, right? If you are someone who likes to be in the shits, you're going to find people that like to be in the shits. If you don't really want a man, you're going to find someone who's going to put you in the midst of feeling like you don't have a man, even when you have a man, okay? I'm not going to say any names, but if it's comfortable for you and it's okay for you, that you just want like that presence, but you kind of really don't care that person is not there. Or you have to own that, you know what? I'm busy. I'm busy. I like my solitude. I don't necessarily need someone sleeping in my bed every night. Maybe you don't love sex. I don't know what it is that would make you want to be with someone who's not with you. But people do it every day. And people claim, they complain about it. But you're complaining about something that you are helping create and foster. Okay? Because if you didn't want that, you wouldn't be dealing with that, right? Anyone who is smart knows that if you don't want something, you change it, right? Sometimes you just have to realize that the shit that you're going through might really be what you want because that's what you can handle. Even though it seems like something you could never handle, like you out there, but that person, if that's what you grew up in or that's what you got yourself used to, you got yourself bending over backwards constantly, then you're just in a state of someone who just bend over backwards for peanuts, right? Guys, sometimes, this is my whole point. Sometimes you have to realize the shit that you're in, the shitstorm that you're in, the person that you're with, everything that you're experiencing right now, at the end of the day, it may be a direct result of what, number one, you have the bandwidth and the capacity to handle because you are just not ready for more. And also because that is what you're used to. You go to what's familiar. You gravitate to familiar ground because that is what you're used to. Even though it's uncomfortable, it's comfortably uncomfortable. Because being with a real man or being with a real woman is going to require work. Okay? Sometimes people don't realize, you really just want to be alone, don't you? I think honestly, at the end of the day, Jasmine really wants Philip. She wants that bum back all the way. But she's going to deal with Chris, and we'll see how that goes. But girl, we know Jasmine wants Philip. She is in love with that man. Period. Why, I don't know, because he could give two shits about her, but she is in love with that man, and there's nothing. Even today, after being with Chris, she is miserable, and you can see this. I think the high has worn off of having seabed next to her. She has to, she's running around. Look, she told us in another video, which I didn't pull that one up, but that she spent a lot of time unhappy and pretending to be happy. Easy place for her, even though Philip is no prize at all, Jasmine. I'm sorry. And she is look, I'm not gonna say she's a prize, but she's a woman and she could do better. She has to want to do better. She doesn't want to do better. Okay. You know what I'm saying? People got mad because, yes, Strong Mommy Chrissy, you're not going to get a Wall Street tycoon in your situation. People got mad. Look who Chrissy picked. Chrissy's not looking for she's not looking for somebody driving a Lambo or Maserati wearing a three-piece suit and alligator shoes. Girl. Okay. Hey, Beaker Patrick, how are you? Eric's family saying you're thinking about when he said, where's my charger, ho? Yeah. Because do you think she wasn't used to being called that by Philip? I'm buffering. I see. Hmm. Okay, guys. Okay, I don't know if we're back or not. Okay. Okay, I think we're back. I had to kind of reset. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you something to think about. I'm sorry. I hear a lot of victim mode out here on these YouTube streets. I'm not trying to be unsympathetic. I'm not trying to be a bitch. Okay. But what I'm saying is this: people make choices every day. Okay. And at the end, and in those choices, we have to realize that people are here to either do us good or sometimes do us harm. And even though it may not be overt harm, like somebody wants to hurt you, they do not bring out the best in you. Like I said, that friend that you go out with that you always go over budget, spend too much money, or stay out too late, or drink too much, or do the most, or whatever the case might be. I don't know if I'm lagging or not right now. Okay. This is like way behind. Anyway, can you guys hear me? Can you give me a 1 in the chat? I don't know if I'm back or not, but if I'm back, give me a 1. If I'm not, I'm going to hang up. I can't see. Am I back? Am I back? Okay. So yeah. But yeah, guys, look. Did that make any sense? Okay. I think we're all back. But yeah, guys, I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy. We hear, like I said, a lot of victim shaming, a lot of victim like, oh, poor so-and-so, they've worked so hard. Poor this one, poor that one. Oh, they've got this, they've got that. Okay. They got to value that more than I do. Why do I have to value something that someone else does not? If you don't value your bank account, your resources, your home, your peace of mind, what you are putting out there in front of your family, why should I? You know what I mean? Like, why do I need to put you up on a pedestal, but you want to be down here in the gutter? Okay? Okay? Because if you really felt that way, then your actions are not matching up with your thoughts and what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, like how we had to kind of debunk bad bitch. When you are a bad bitch and you're a badass businesswoman, yeah, people don't need to be complaining about you all over and up and down the YouTube streets, and people shouldn't be looking for their lash orders and things like that for a month. You shouldn't have pastors who are writing complete songs and doing interviews, doing like Barbara Walter interviews, talking about how you took money to do a promo and never did it. And we still never heard anything about it. Okay? This lady came, registered her complaint at YouTube Street's customer service about a promo, and and Chrissy basically, she like 1-2 stepped and was like, yeah, that was it. And this is not the first time that happened with Chrissy. It's happened a couple of times. Chrissy had someone else do a whole video on her that she took money for a promo, never did it. You know what I'm saying? We know Jasmine was like, I'm just like so unorganized. I'm going to get caught back up. Jasmine doesn't get anybody's emails, but when you send her an email about a damn promo, she sure seems to catch up with your emails real quick, right? Olivia moved state to state, never sent out lashes. It was only until Brandon called her out and said, well, that's bad business. And she was like, you're on their side. He's like, but that's bad business. Olivia liked Brandon because I think Brandon was a little bit of like a but Brandon had enough of his own mind to call her out on some things, but she would just snap him right back because Olivia doesn't want a man with a mind or a man with a brain. She wants a man that she can control, okay? And there's some aspect in Brandon that is controllable, but thankfully he escaped, okay? He escaped, and now he is doing his own thing, whatever that thing might be. He got away from her. and he's probably feeling like, oh shit, okay. And so did the husband. He got away, and he's happier, right? Because she is a control freak. Okay. Yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a bag without people talking about you, sort of. How many of you have been to work and you come in looking like the bad bitch you are? You got your cute little outfit on, or your man just bought you a cute purse, or you get your hair done every 2 weeks different, or you just bought a new car, and everyone at the job is like, excuse me. They don't know who, they don't know what you have going on, but they're all trying to figure it out. Yeah, you can't when you show up to work, people are going to talk about you. So if your workplace is on YouTube, you think just because you work for yourself and you get a 1099, no one's going to talk about you. You go into that corporate job, you go over to McDonald's, you go over to Publix, you go into, you sell Avon, you go ahead and do Mary Kay or whatever you do. People are going to be talking about your ass, period. Okay. Period. They're going to be talking. Okay. I mean, that's just it. It's not realistic. You're old. Okay. So I know better. And I'm telling a younger doll that I see that could do better. Girl, I see your potential. Girl, I see you out here. I see what you can do. Girl, ma'am, I'm trying to save you. I'm throwing you a life raft. You want to be trash or you want to be treasure? You want to keep your looks, or you want to go, you want to be looking like you've been up all night for the past 20 years and you're not even 35, but you looking like 55. Okay? I'm sorry. It's unrealistic to think that people are not going to talk about you, period. There are times when you are at work minding your own business and you are producing like fucking crazy, right? And there is a whole conference room having a conversation about you because you've got an attitude. Okay? Your peers think your shit don't stink. And they don't like the way you go to the copy room and hog up all the new pens. And you are very sedity. You think you got keys to the city, okay? And they had a whole conference about you. And they wrote you up for not being a team player. Am I speaking to someone right now? They are watching, they are hating, and they are taking notes. Always, okay? Sometimes if you're lucky, you've got someone at the job who says, girl, I love that outfit, but I'm going to need for you to not wear that again. Girl, you got all that ass. And, okay, don't do that. Don't do that. You work at the call center? Yeah. Put a blazer on. Okay? Put a blazer on. Yeah, don't do that. You're distracting people. Especially when you work in a place where there's a lot of men and women, like a call center. Oh, no. Don't do that. No boobs, no belly, no butt. Okay? Don't show all that when you have a very mixed work environment, because it makes the men crazy, and the women who are wanting to date, like some of you who are my members who watched a certain video today with a certain slutty YouTuber that talked about how she dates someone every place she works. Yes, that's a problem. That's why companies have policies against that. Like we were talking about this past weekend, it's not against the law. Well, it is against the law for a manager, okay? Because that goes into sexual harassment. But two underlings, if you want to sleep together, they're not going to stop you. They do typically frown upon fraternizing amongst coworkers for that reason. But yeah, people are always going to be watching. Some people will be hating. Some people are going to pull you to the side and say, you know what? Don't do that, girl. I really like you. I enjoy working with you. But girl, I heard that they're having a meeting and you got to get this together, or else, you know, I mean, you just won't be here, right? It's true. It's the same thing that's happening out here on these YouTube streets. I'm sorry. Just because someone is talking about your channel and someone is saying what you're doing, what you're not doing, okay. Be in a large call center and everybody knows your boyfriend and they know who he's cheating on you with, that they're not talking about you. Okay? Okay? I'm serious. And they just ran back and told her that you guys just put a deposit on a brand new house. And now she's pissed. Okay? It's true. And that's embarrassing, right, Queen J? It's very embarrassing. It's demeaning and it's demoralizing. Okay? But it's true. It's real life. It happens, right? Girl, in those small offices, the small offices are the worst. Oh my God. Awful. Yes, Tina. This is real life. What happened at that call center is what happened this past weekend on the YouTube streets, okay? And then the worst thing is when, you know, the job has to get involved. You know what I mean? One time, this is when I worked for Walmart corporate. I was downstairs getting breakfast and two girls, I don't know what they were arguing about. I have no idea. All I know is I was like literally in the middle of a fight. Somebody was saying something like, you know how you're just like, you're in your own business, right? I heard someone talking, it got louder, and she was arguing with someone. All of a sudden, I see, like, literally, you guys are going to die laughing. I saw like a French toast like fly over my head. I was like, what's going on? And I saw a hand and I was like, whoa. And I just went, you know, I was like, oh no. We're not doing that in here. No, ma'am. I'm in recruiting. I'm in talent acquisition. I am not a generalist. I am not your HR coordinator. I'm not the HR specialist. Yeah, I bring people into the company, okay? That is not my job to be but I'm on the HR team, but my job is not employee relations, okay? All right? I'm sitting up there literally breaking up a fight in the cafeteria. I mean, it was just like that quick of just seeing and then and hearing and it just coming together. And I just remember going like that because one girl was getting ready to like smack the shit out of the other one. And I just went boom. And I just went like that. And I was like, no. One of them did end up getting fired. I mean, I was like, you guys need to go. And I didn't like intentionally scatter them so they wouldn't get, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't my business, honestly. I was just like, I need to get back up to my desk. Like, I want to pay for my food and get the fuck up out of here. But call centers get ratchet. They really do. And I wasn't in a call center, but it was a large center environment with like 1,000 employees, and it would get rowdy. It would definitely get rowdy. And people talked about people. And if you came to work in a new car, or you came to work looking particularly cute, or you came to work and people just, you know, they noticed something, you just got your hair laid, or, you know, whatever. There was a lot of us working there, lots of women, not very many men. It was an environment. Okay. So, but yeah, this is like a workplace, just like any other. And, you know, and that was introduced a while ago. I mean, a lot of these things that people are doing have been brought into the workplace. And for people to think that your coworkers are not talking about it and having a kiki, or are kind of like, girl, you better straighten up and fly right. Or people just dropping into chats and saying, you still not at 100,000 yet? Or you still not da 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 da? Or people not criticizing you or calling you out. I mean, come on. It's silly. It's silly. Okay. Anyway, guys, I had that kind of like, I was just thinking about that today, and I was kind of like, you know what? I keep hearing all these conversations, and I'm sorry. It is what it is. You know, of course, there are victims out here to a certain extent, but we have to own why you keep finding yourself in the same situation after same situation after same situation. And sometimes we just have to get real with ourselves, that sometimes we are in certain situations because honestly, not so much that we want to be abused or we want to be taken advantage of, but sometimes what we really want is maybe to be alone. What we really want maybe is just some sex. What we really want is we just want somebody, and we don't really care who it is. I may say I want to be with a boss, but I don't really care if he's a boss, right? Maybe because I'm such a control freak, I don't want a boss because I like to always be over my man, and I like to hold that over their head, and I like my men weak. Okay? So, girl, own it. Just own it, because yeah, we see it and we're calling it out, and people don't like to get called out on their shit, especially when they don't really know themselves yet. But we see a lot of you guys out here, and sometimes you got to realize that there are people out here that see what you don't see because you're living it. But sometimes my last piece of advice to some YouTube creators out here: watch your own videos. Go back and watch yourself sometimes, because sometimes when we're living it, we miss it. Okay. And when you go back and you watch your footage, to me is the perfect time to edit some of that crap out. But if you are doing sloppy edits and you decide that you want to put all your shit out here and just throw it together and just make sure you've got pretty transitions, but you're leaving all the little shit inside and not keeping up with the lies and all of the other stuff, well, then you're just going to have to deal with what you deal with. So, guys, I have to make a run. Someone is requesting something of me. So let me go ahead and handle this. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Guys, get on Instagram. Send me some questions. We'll talk about them. Go to Love Lies Lacefronts on Instagram. And on my stories, I put up a post, and you can send me some questions, and we will talk about them tomorrow. So if you have a question or you have an interesting comment, go put one over there, and we'll talk about them tomorrow, okay? Trash attracts trash. Thank you, Miss Alexis. What a way to close it out. Guys, this has been a fun 2 hours. Thank you so much for entertaining this conversation. I think it was a good one, and we will talk again. We'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? See you later. Thanks, Miss Alexis. Bye, Nini. Thank you for joining. All the new members this week, thank you. Thank you. You're awesome. And I put up a couple of videos for you guys, so go check them out. If this video gets to, which I'm sure it probably will, but we're at like 126 likes, I've got a trailer park tramp edition video that I would love to release to everyone. Show me that you want to see it by getting this to 200 likes, and it's yours. I will go ahead and release it. And hopefully I can even attach it to a chat room and we can talk about it simultaneously. So get these likes up. If you can get this video up to 200 likes, guys, I will put that video out as soon as it gets to 200. And if you have not yet watched the member releases, go into members. I put up a couple of videos for you guys today. One fun update about me and what I've got going on here at the house, and one talking some shit. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Have a good afternoon.